Before I start this video, this is my Season 1 of MichaelFan2013 salutes Season 1. Anyways, enjoy, Steven Universe. Wow! This show rocks. Now let me tell you a wiki about this. So, from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Jump to navigation, jump to search. This article is about the television series. For the eponymous character, see Steven Universe, character. Steven Universe. Steven Universe, title card.png. Genre Action 1. Science Fantasy. Comedy Drama 1-2. Coming of Age. Created by Rebecca Sugar. Voices of Zach Callison, Estelle, Michaela Dietz, Dee Magno Hall. Theme music composer Rebecca Sugar. Avi and Surasu. Jeff Liu. Opening theme We Are the Crystal Gems, performed by Zach Callison, Estelle, Michaela Dietz, and Dee Magno Hall. Ending theme Love Like You, performed by Rebecca Sugar. Composers Avi Tran. Steven Surasavi Lima. Country of origin United States. Original languages English. No. Of seasons 5. No. Of episodes 160, list of episodes. Production. Executive producers Rebecca Sugar. Ian Jones-Quartey, co-executive producer, seasons 2 to 3. Kat Morris, co-executive producer, season 5 present. Producers Jackie Boscarino. Chuck Houston, supervising producer, season 1. Running time 11 minutes. Production companies Cartoon Network Studios 3. Distributor Warner Brothers Television Distribution. Release. Original network Cartoon Network. Picture format 1080i, 16:9 HD TV. Audio format Dolby Surround. Original release May 21, 2013. Present. External links. Website. Production website. Steven Universe is an American animated television series created by Rebecca Sugar for Cartoon Network. It premiered on May 21, 2013 with its pilot, then on November 4, 2013 with its first season. It is Cartoon Network's first animated show created solely by a woman. It is the coming-of-age story of a young boy, Steven Universe, voiced by Zach Callison, who lives with the crystal gems, magical, humanoid aliens named Garnet, Estelle, Amethyst, Michaela Dietz, and Pearl, Dee Magno Hall in the fictional town of Beach City. Steven, who is half gem, has adventures with his friends and helps the gems protect the world from their own kind. The themes of the series include love, family, and the importance of healthy interpersonal relationships. Books, comics and video games based on the series have been released, and a television film is in development. Sugar based the lead character on her younger brother Steven, who is an artist for the series. She developed Steven Universe while she was a writer and storyboard artist on Adventure Time, which she left when Cartoon Network commissioned her series for full production. The series is storyboard driven. When episodes are being produced, the show's storyboard artists are responsible for writing the dialogue and blocking out the action. The series has developed a broad fan base and has been critically acclaimed for its design, music, voice acting, characterization, prominence of LGBTQ themes and science fantasy world building. The series won its first GLAAD Media Award for Outstanding Kids and Family Program in 2019, becoming the first animated series to win the award. It also received its first Peabody Award for Children's and Youth Programming in 2019. It has been nominated for 4 Emmy Awards and 5 Annie Awards. Its 5th season concluded in January 2019. Steven Universe is set in the fictional town of Beach City, Delmarva. 4. The crystal gems live in an ancient beachside temple and protect humanity from monsters and other threats. The gems are ageless alien warriors who project female humanoid forms from magical gemstones at the core of their being. The crystal gems comprise Garnet, Amethyst, Pearl and Steven, a young, half-human, half-gem boy who inherited his gemstone from his mother, the crystal gem's former leader Rose Quartz. As Steven tries to understand his gradually expanding range of powers, he spends his days with his father Greg, his friend Connie, his magical pet lion, other residents of Beach City, and the gems. He explores the abilities inherited from his mother, which include fusion, the ability of gems to merge their bodies and abilities to form new, more powerful personalities. The series' first season gradually reveals that the crystal gems are remnants of a great interstellar empire. During their missions they visit ruins that were once important to gem culture but have been derelict for millennia. The gems are cut off from the gem homeworld, and Steven learns that many of the monsters and artifacts they encounter are gems who were corrupted by a gem weapon of mass destruction and can no longer maintain rational, humanoid form. By the end of the first season, Steven learns that, millennia ago, the Gem Empire intended to sterilize the Earth to incubate new gems, but Rose Quartz led her supporters, the Crystal Gems, in a violent and apparently successful rebellion against this genocidal plan. In the present, the Gem Empire's machinations again begin to extend towards Earth with the arrival of hostile envoys Peridot and Jasper. In the second season, Peridot allies with and eventually joins the Crystal Gems to prevent Earth's destruction by a gem geo-weapon buried in the planet. During the third season, Lapis Lazuli, an errant gem from Homeworld, decides to live on Earth with Peridot. Jasper is defeated and captured, and Steven learns that his mother shattered one of the Gem Empire's matriarchs, Pink Diamond. In the fourth season, as Steven wrestles with his conflicted feelings about his mother's actions, the Gem Empire leaders Blue Diamond and Yellow Diamond return their full attention to Earth. In the fifth season, Steven learns that in fact his mother was Pink Diamond, who faked her death to assume the identity of Rose Quartz. He uses this revelation to try to persuade the other diamonds to take responsibility for and fix the damage they have caused. In 2011, after former Cartoon Network Vice President of Comedy Animation Curtis Lelash asked the staff for ideas for a new series, Rebecca Sugar, an artist working for the network's series Adventure Time, described her initial ideas for what would become Steven Universe, and the project was chosen for development. While developing her show, Sugar continued working on Adventure Time. 5. The series was inspired by Sugar's short story Ballad of Margot and read about a sensitive child helping teenagers with problems they cannot verbalize. 6. Cartoon Network executives commissioned the show after the crew's art presentation, and Sugar became the first woman to create a show independently for the network. 7. Before a production team had been appointed, Sugar tried to alter elements of the show's plot and developed the character's identity so her crew would have the freedom she did when she worked for Adventure Time. When Sugar's show was commissioned, she resigned from her role as a storyboard artist on Adventure Time to focus on her own series. 8. Sugar focused the pilot short on the main characters and their personalities to demonstrate the series' humor. The pilot is a slice-of-life episode that does not involve major events because the series' world was still in development. 9. Sugar and her production team focused the plot on interaction between the Crystal Gems and Steven. 10. Sugar strove to make her pilot distinctive in terms of its artistic and aesthetic detail, but the time limit imposed upon her by Cartoon Network hampered her. This unsuccessful experience helped Sugar develop the show's concept, she said, to know that there is so much more that you can't see and the way that knowledge frustrates and excites and confuses and scares you. 7. The title character Steven is loosely based on Steven Sugar, Rebecca's younger brother. 11. During Steven Universe's development, Sugar repeatedly asked her brother whether naming the show after him was a good idea. She stopped asking when it was commissioned. Her brother had no problem with it and trusted Sugar to use his name wisely. 12. In an interview with the New York Times, Sugar discussed developing the background of the show's protagonist, saying she wanted to base the character's viewpoint on her brother growing up where you're so comfortable in your life because you get all the attention, but you also want to rise up and not be the little brother. 13. When the original pilot was presented to Cartoon Network executives, they told the crew the series would air in 2013. 7. Cartoon Network released the original pilot in May 2013. Sugar and her team panicked because the series was going to be very different from the pilot episode. The pilot was popular when it was released, engendering forum discussions in which people expressed their hopes of seeing it on the air soon. Those who knew Rebecca Sugar from Adventure Time were also interested. Positive reaction to the show reassured its crew. 14. To prepare for the show's commissioning by Cartoon Network, Sugar began assembling a production crew. 8. Jackie Buscarino was engaged as a producer in September 2012 and was tasked with hiring people and supervising the show's crew. 15. During this period of development, Sugar and her team were moved to a building behind the main Cartoon Network studio and based on the same floor as the crew of the Powerpuff Girls CGI special. Some artists who had worked on the special, such as colorist Tiffany Ford and art directors Kevin Dart, Ellie Michalka, and Jasmine Lai, were later invited to join the Steven Universe team. 16. Cartoon Network also provided Sugar with a list of suggested writers. When she saw Ben Levin and Matt Burnett, former writers for Level Up, on the list, she immediately asked them to join her team because she was familiar with their work. 17. Freelance artist Danny Hines, whom the former supervising director Ian Jones already knew from his own project Lakewood Plaza Turbo, became the show's lead character designer. 1618, Steven Sugar was assigned as the background designer after his work on the original pilot. 15, and was assisted by Dart, MichaelFan2013, background painter Amanda Winterston and others. 19. During the art presentation, Jones Quarty, Guy Hines and Steven Sugar created artwork that differed from their previous work. Jones Quarty wanted to work with something new, retaining elements of the show's previous project. 20. He worked with MichaelFan2013, who later took over his role as background painter for the presentation, to create concept art for an action comedy series. 12. Around this time, Jones Quarty added stars to the series logo because he saw them as a versatile symbol. He later said he overused them, and they were criticized at the art presentation. 20. The art presentation's drawings were by Rebecca Sugar, Jones Quarty, Hines, Paul Villico, a writer and storyboard artist, and Steven Sugar. MichaelFan2013 did the painting. During the early stages of production, Sugar worked on character appearance and personality development simultaneously. 24. During this process of conception, she was heavily inspired by fantasy television characters she and her brother used to draw when they were younger. 9. Lead character designer Danny Hines, influenced by the design of Mickey Mouse by Disney artists, wanted the characters to be standardized, simple and recognizable. 25. He proposed 24 human characters to the crew. Rebecca and Steven Sugar drew 22 designs, 13 of which were made official. The coloring was done by Jones Quarty. 26. Rebecca Sugar merged several characters during the pilot development. 9. Supporting characters Lars and Sadie were originally created when she was in college. 27. The Pizza Family was based on Jones Quarty's Ghanaian family. 19. And Ronaldo was created by Ben Levin and Matt Burnett. 28. Guy Davis, a childhood friend of the Sugars, designed the early monsters and gem architecture. 19. Making a character look alive was always a priority in their design. According to Jones Quarty, a character's emotions should be clearly delineated. 29. The character design team's mission is for the characters to resemble a classic cartoon such as 1940s Disney cartoons, Dragon Ball Z or Osamu Tezuka, and Harvey Kurtzman's projects. In drawing the characters for each episode, the crew has 2 weeks to make modifications. 25. Character names and some designs were inspired by types of food. 30. And some characters were redesigned because the pilot revealed discrepancies between appearances and personalities. 31. Now let's get into the characters of Steven Universe. Garnet is a awesome crystal gem. She is also a fusion. Ruby and Sapphire fuse to make Garnet. Amethyst knows how to shapeshift. Just like Beast Boy from Teen Titans Go. If you hate this show, please respect my opinion. Pearl knows how to take care of Steven. Steven Universe himself is the main character. There is a crossover with these two with Uncle Grandpa. Which this crossover sucks. Note, I hate the Steven Universe characters for this stupid crossover. I only like the original characters from Steven Universe. But I hate Uncle Grandpa. If you like Uncle Grandpa, I respect your opinion as long as you respect mine. Wow. This Wikipedia rocks. The animation is so awesome. The music. Do you know who likes this show? Steven Universe FTW Johnny Test FTL. He's a fan of Steven Universe. Do you know who hates this show? Kamlay Lee. Even though I never heard of this user, he's a hater of Steven Universe. Steven Universe rocks. And so does Clarence. Uncle Grandpa sucks. Note. If you like this show, I respect your opinion. But anyways, end of salute. Next salute. SpongeBob SquarePants. After that. Loser 336 Lin Loud 909. After that. Bendy and the Ink Machine. After that. Toy Story. After that. Gravity Falls. And after that will be a double salute of Kirby 336 Dexter 909 and Dexter's Laboratory.